Good afternoon to all students. Okay. So we'll continue with the control statements chapter. So we have discussed about conditional statements, that is, say if statement. Okay, this is first thing what we have discussed. Second, if else. Okay. Third one, nested if. These three things we have discussed. Fine. So once again, I'll explain in brief all the three. Then we can execute the programs. So we'll share this screen so that we'll come to know how the program control will flow. Okay. See, it's very simple. If you have understood about if statement perfectly, then if else will become easy. Then if you have understood if else, then nested if. So that it is linked. So you can say all these things are linked. Okay. Next thing we have else if ladder. Okay. Fourth one. Else if ladder. Okay. So for this, we have kept the name as else if ladder. Okay. See, in case of if condition, as we know, so after the word if, we have to write the condition. Then, after the condition, don't put semicolons. So immediately, you have to write the statement. Okay. Then semicolon. See, this much if you have understood is fine. When we write a program, before the condition, some statements are there. After the condition, some statements are there. Okay. So before the condition, whatever the statements are there, those statements are not dependent on the condition. And after the statement, whatever the statements are there, those statements are not dependent on the condition. So for example, if I write if 20 greater than 10, okay, 0. So 20 is large. So then I say 0 end. So end is end of the program. So in this case, this particular statement is not dependent on condition. So if I say it is not dependent on condition, it is always executed. So always in the sense, if it is true, so this particular statement is executed, then control will go to this statement, that is the word end. If it is false, directly to the CO statement where there is a word end. That means this particular statement is not dependent on the condition. It is always executed. And this statement, the statement which is immediately following the condition, will be executed only if the condition is true. Okay. Statement immediately following the condition is executed only if the condition is true. Okay. So when we go for if else, see, if I say if else, see what we are doing is for if statement we are adding else word. That is nothing but if else. We can say extended part of if statement is nothing but if else. We can say extended part. And in English, we can say, when we say if we use the word otherwise, then we can say we are extending the sentence. Suppose if it rains today, college is holiday or match is cancelled, otherwise. So otherwise means we are extending. Okay. Okay, so similarly in programming language also, so if I am telling if else, okay, somebody said that video is taking. From my side, internet is clear. You just check with your side. So if the problem is for only 1 or 2, you just check the internet. From my side, it's clear. Internet is clear. Okay. Okay. So if there is a problem for 1 or 2, please check your internet connection. Okay. Fine. So if else means if condition statement else statement. See, just how we have to understand is like in English, if you write one full paragraph, if you start the paragraph with the word if, next if you write otherwise, so extending the sentences. So here also, so if you are perfect with this, if condition and statement, it's very easy to understand this. It's very simple. If the condition is true, statement 1 is executed. The condition is false, statement 2 is true and false. You need not worry about the statements present before the condition and after the else. So this is one block. You can understand this is one block. One important thing I will tell you, remember, the statements present before the condition and after the condition, that is after if block or if else block, are always executed. Those statements are not dependent. So only, see, I have written only this. That means, for this, one statement is followed. So the statement is related for this condition. And for this, statement 1 is related. Okay. And statement 2 is also related. How statement 2 is related? Because the condition is false, statement 2 is executed. So it is related. Okay. So the condition is false, statement 2 is executed. So in this way you can say it is related. I need not worry about heading. Once again, I am writing all the things. But subtopic I will write it and I will explain. Don't worry. So if the condition is true, statement 1 is executed. If the condition is false, statement 2 is executed. And see, for condition don't put the semicolon. For else also don't put the semicolon. Semicolon indicates the end of the statement. In English, full stop indicates end of the statement. In programming language, semicolon indicates end of the statement. So only I often tell, if you write any sentence in English, for example, here if you put the full stop, it is wrong. It will not get any meaning because still we need a sentence to get the complete meaning. So if you put full stop here, it is as good as putting semicolon, which is wrong. You just compare. Here we should not put semicolon, right? Similarly, so here we should not put semicolon. Sorry, in English full stop, here semicolon. So only we should not put. Okay. So similarly, say if I write like otherwise, see the range today some statement otherwise. So in front of otherwise word also, if I put semicolon, it is wrong, completely wrong. After otherwise, we have to add something. Then only we get complete meaning. Similarly, in front of else also, if you put semicolon, it is wrong. See, sometimes what happens if you put semicolon, if you execute the program, if it works, if you get the correct output, don't think that always it will work. According to rules, you should not put semicolon. You just check with the grammar to understand. The English after otherwise will not put full stop, right? Similarly, here also after else, you should not put semicolon. Okay. Fine. So this is about if and if else. So for if else, I will write the example. Okay. So for if else, same thing I write in terms of if else. If 20 greater than 10, so 0. 20 is large. Okay. Else 0 and large. So if you consider this statement, so this particular statement is executed when the condition is true, and this particular statement is executed when the condition is false. We have already discussed. Once again, I'm telling just to understand the next topics like next day discipline. Okay. So if the condition is true, statement immediately following the condition is executed. The condition is false, statement immediately following the else is executed. So these simple words you remember. The condition is true, statement immediately following the condition is executed. The condition is false, statement immediately following the else is executed. Okay. And after the else, whatever the statements are there, those statements are not dependent on the condition. We need not worry about that. Those statements are executed always. Okay. So we go to the nested if. So in case of nested if, okay, the word nested tells uh, one item within another. It's a general meaning. One item within another. One thing within another is nothing but nested. In case of nested if, as the topic itself tells, one if statement, okay, inside another. Inside another if. See, with respect to nested if, we have got many forms. Not only one form, we have got many forms. But for your syllabus, if they ask the question like explain nested if statement with an example, if you write the first form with neat syntax, example, flowchart, and output, that's enough. So you get full marks. You need not worry about all the forms. Because if I start explaining nested if for all the forms, it may take 2-3 days. Okay. Whatever it is present for a syllabus, I will explain. Okay, one form we will discuss neatly. So one if statement inside another if. So how to understand this? Now I want to write this syntax. Okay. So one if statement inside another if means whenever we come across like this inside or words like enclosed. Remember, whenever we come across inside or enclosed, either we will have the parenthesis. Remember. So these brackets are called as parentheses. So call me technical term. Okay, so parentheses. Or we will have braces. Either parentheses or braces. Now we have to make use of braces. Okay. So one if statement is an unbreak. So how to write this? You put braces. Okay. So opening brace, closing brace. For starting, ending. For main function we write. Okay, so same thing here also. So one if statement you write inside if condition. Okay, statement. After statement only you have to write semicolon, not condition. Okay, this you have to remember. After statement you write it semicolon. One if statement you write inside. Another if statement you write outside. So slowly we get in E. Right, both inside or both outside, we may not understand properly. So one thing you write inside. So this statement is present inside opening brace and closing brace, and this is present outside. So how we can define now? This particular statement is present inside this particular statement. So what you do is, for first one you write condition 1, for second you write condition 2. So you can say if condition 2 is present inside if condition 1. Once again, I will tell you, if condition 2 is present inside if condition 1. So this is how we write the syntax. So this can be simplified. The syntax can be simplified. So I will tell you about this. Look here. See, whenever we got this type of syntax, how we can write this? We can avoid writing the opening brace and closing brace. So in this we also give condition 1, then give condition 2 statement. Just observe here what I have done. In this case, I have done if condition 2 statement inside opening brace and closing brace. So we have understood. Here what I have done, I just left some space here, meaning this particular block, we can say it is present inside the outer block. Within condition 1, condition 2 is present. So when to put opening brace and when to put closing brace, by the examples will come to I will tell you. But you remember these two forms, you can write any form. So whichever you feel comfortable, you can write it. Either this syntax or this syntax. This we can call it as a syntax. Understood? If condition 1, you leave some space here, then if condition 2, leave some space, right? Statement. So this particular block is present out in the outer block. This is inner block and this is outer block. So you can say this particular if statement, if condition 2 is present in if condition 1. Similarly, here also, here we can understand. Still better. If condition 2 is present inside if condition 1. Now for this, you will see the example. Okay. execute. So 20 greater than 7, or we can say 5 equal 20 greater than 10. You look at the conditions. See, there should be minimum 2 conditions to write the example of nested if. Minimum 2 conditions. So maximum we have a later. So minimum 2 conditions. So condition 1 and condition 2. So here this is condition 1 and this is condition 2. You compare with the example. So for condition 1, I have written 20 greater than 5. So whenever you want to write the condition, again I will tell you, you don't use arithmetic operators. By using arithmetic operators, also you can write the condition, but it will be big. So just to write an example, you make use of these example operators: greater than, less than or equals to, greater than equals to, not equals to, and logical or logical not. From these operators, you can write the condition. Now 20 greater than 5. Is 20 greater than 5? You need to ask a question like this. Then you can understand the condition. Is 20 greater than 5? Yes. And if the condition is true, come inside one more if, for one more if will come inside. And is 20 greater than 10? Yes. So this particular statement is true. So both the conditions are true. Only if both the conditions are true, this particular statement will be executed. That means program control will flow to this particular statement. So again I will tell you, 20 greater than 5 is true, 20 greater than 10 is also true, so 20 is not. Okay, this is one example. See, the example, if you write, just write the example is enough. Like syntax, explanation, example. You need not write complete program. If they ask, like write a program on nested if, then you need to go for a program. Just if they ask the question like write a syntax and example for nested if. So you like this, and you write the output. Output is so 20 is not. Okay. See, suppose right, if 20 greater than 5, so 20 greater than 30. In this case, so 20 is greater than 5, this condition is true. So anyone can. 20 is, yes, of course, 20 is greater than 5. So this condition is true. So we come inside. Okay. Then, is 20 greater than 30? Is 20 greater than 30? No. So no means it is false. So whenever the condition is false, statement immediately following the condition is not executed. That means this particular statement will not execute. So if it is not executed, then this message is not printed. So if this COUT statement is executed, then only message is printed. Otherwise, no. So this particular statement is this particular statement is not executed because the condition is false. One condition is true, another condition is false. So that statement is not executed. Both the conditions should be true, and only this statement is executed. Okay. Now, so if I say 20 greater than 50. That is 20 greater than 50. Now what happens? See, first condition itself is false. 20 greater than 50. That condition itself is false. If it is false, directly it will come out. Program control will not move to the second condition. So second condition will be executed only if the first condition is true. And statement following the second condition is executed only if both the conditions are true. Okay. So first case is both the conditions are true. Second case, second condition if it is false. Third one, if the first condition itself is false. If the first condition itself is false, it will not go to the second condition at all. If it doesn't go to the second condition, then nothing happens. Okay. In two cases, output will be blank in this particular example. Okay. So now I will share the screen, we will execute the program so that we will come to know how program control will flow. Okay. Okay. So I think screen is visible for all of you. Is it visible? Oh, fine. Okay, I'll open the Turbo C editor. Okay, so just observe here. Okay. Say this is only if condition. Okay, so 20 is greater than 10. So you just observe the program control, how it flows. So this is program control. So it is in the main function. Okay, then clear screen. So 20 greater than 20 greater than 10 is true. So 20 is large. This statement will be printed on the screen. See, 20 is large. It is printed, right? So now if I make this condition as false, you just observe. I say 10 greater than 20. Okay. See, here you have to observe what happens. So if 10 greater than 20 on that particular condition, program control is there. I think everybody, for you people, it is visible, program control. So if 10 greater than 20, for that highlighted, it is there. That is nothing but program control. Because that condition is false, 10 greater than 20 is false, right? So because that condition is false, you just observe the program control. Statement immediately following the condition will not be executed. So it will transfer to the get ch. You just observe the program control. See, 20 is large, that statement is not printed. That means it is not executed because condition is false. See, nothing is there on the output screen. Okay. Fine. Now we will go for the else. If I add else, what happens? Okay. So now I'll write the condition as 20 greater than 10. Now you see with respect to if else. Okay. Okay. Fine. So 20 greater than 10, that condition is true. So statement immediately following the condition, that is 20 is large, that is executed. Once again, I will tell you 20 greater than 10, that condition is true. So statement immediately following the condition, that is 20 is large, that is executed. Okay, see, 20 is large, it is executed. And you don't worry about iostream.h header file. So many lines will be there. Okay. So directly gets here. 10 is large, that is not executed. You just see the output, 20 is large. So when you execute the program, if you want to understand it better in your home, when you execute the program, you do in this way. You execute with tracing, that is F7K. Now we will write, we will change the condition. 10 greater than 20. Okay, see here. So if 10 greater than 20, 20 is large, 10 is large. So we will see what happens to the condition. Okay, program control, clear screen. 10 greater than 20, condition is false. 10 greater than 20, condition is false. So it will move to the else. Else means statement immediately following the else keyword. Okay, so statement immediately following the else keyword is 10 is large. Okay, so it will move to that line. So here 10 is not large. Because I have written that statement, it will go. Okay, whatever we write, whatever we give instructions for the computer, it will do. Actually 20 is large. Okay, but in the message I have said that 10 is large, so it will print. Okay, so that message also we can change it. It's not a problem. Okay, so in this case, what you do is like first statement to write it as 10 is large. Second statement to write it as 20 is large, so that we will get the correct information. So among 10 and 20, 20 is large, no? So we'll get the correct information. So here. Okay, 10 greater than 20, condition is false. So it will not execute. 10 is large, that particular statement is not executed. Statement immediately following the condition will not execute if the condition is false. So it will move to the else. So else part. So statement immediately following the else is 20 is large, that is executed. Okay.
Here 20 is large, it is executed. So if you execute these programs by program control concept, that is by pressing F7 or trace into, here the screen is visible for you, trace into is there, no, F7, then you can understand better. See, simply if you execute the program, you may not understand. See, for example, I'll tell you. Say I just execute the program. See, it printed 20 is large. You will not come to know how it is, because we have written if something, if 10 greater than 20, CO 10 is large, 20 is large. So if I just execute the program like this, you will not come to know how it works. Okay, so that so you have to execute by pressing F7 key. Okay, execution will become slow, but don't worry. You keep some time in your room, then you start executing. Okay, now see, I will use nested if concept. Two conditions. So first condition I say 20 greater than 10, and I open the brace. Next I say if 20 greater than 5. Okay, then I say 20 is large. Here we can avoid else here. Okay, because one if statement inside another. If you write one if condition inside another if, that becomes the example for nested if. Now we will see how it works. Okay. So this is the program control. So we'll move to the clear screen. See, if you observe, clear after clear screen directly it went to 10 is large, right? Because 20 greater than 10 condition is true, 20 greater than 5 that is also true. So both conditions are true. So the program control is in 10 is large. We cannot say that program control program control was not present for if 20 greater than 10 or if 20 greater than 5. See, if program control is not there for 20 greater than 10 and 20 greater than 5, 10 is large would have not been executed. So here it is executed means both conditions are true. In that way, you have to understand. Program control has directly come to the 10 is large, meaning 20 greater than 10 condition is true, 20 greater than 5 condition is true. Both the conditions are true, so only 10 is large. That statement is executed. Okay. See, output we got. Okay. So whenever you write two conditions, if the two conditions are true, then only the statement following the second condition will be executed. See, now if I make 20 greater than 50, second condition I'm making it as false intentionally. Okay, now we will see how it works. Okay, main function, clear screen. See, 20 greater than 10 condition is true. For 20 greater than 50, it is checking now. Program control is there, right? It is checking whether the condition is true or false. Okay. See, it is checking. Okay. When it checks, you people can say 20 greater than 50 means it is false only, because 20 is not greater than 50. Is 20 greater than 50, condition is false. You just observe the program control carefully, what happens. See, directly it went to get CH. CO 10 is large is not executed because 20 greater than 50 condition is false, and CO 10 is large, that statement is present immediately after that condition. So whenever statements present immediately after the condition, those statements are executed only if the condition is true. So in this case, second condition 20 greater than 50 is false. So 10 is large, that statement is not executed. If that statement is not executed means nothing we will get in the output. You just observe. So nothing is there in the output, only cursor will be blinking. So we have tested with two cases. That is, first thing, both conditions are true. Second thing, inner condition I have made it as false. Now, third condition is, say, third case is, first condition only I will make it as false. Now we will see what happens. Okay. You just observe the program control. Okay, main function is there. So clear screen. Okay. Can anybody chat and say what happens now? After this, where the program control will go? Can anybody chat and tell? Yes. Yes, get CH, correct. Very good. Because first condition itself is false. If the first condition itself is false, then no chance of going to the second condition. So this point you have to remember, everybody. If the first condition itself is false, it will not go to the second condition, because second condition is dependent on the first condition. Enough. So almost all have given the correct answer. Okay, now you just observe the program control. Sorry. Now once again it is executing. You just observe, clear screen. 20 greater than 100, condition is false. You observe the program control. Yes, it is. It has gone to the getch. Say nothing is on the output. Okay. Now from this program, what we have understood is whenever we write one condition within another and with one statement. Here we have not written multiple statements. One statement for second condition. If both the conditions are true, then only the statement immediately following the second condition will be executed. If any one condition is false also, the statement is not executed. So we have saw, see, if 20 is greater than 10 and if 20 is greater than 5, both conditions are true, 10 is large, that statement is executed. And if 20 greater than 10, condition is true, but if 20 greater than 50, you have changed it, say here, 20 greater than 50 are written, then statement is not executed. And even if the first condition only, if I make 20 greater than 100, but if first condition itself is false, then also second condition is not checked and 10 is large, it is not executed. I hope you people got it. So everybody got this concept. In the next class, that is tomorrow, I will discuss about else if ladder statement. Okay. Again, we can say that is again the extended, we can say version of if else nested if. So we will come to know how it works. Okay. It is called as else if ladder because it will look like ladder only. So tomorrow we will discuss about that. Okay, fine. So one more thing, like whenever you execute the programs in your home, once you execute directly, just to check with the input and output, next time you execute with F7 key so that you will come to know how the program control will flow from one line to another. So it will be slow in executing, but you people will understand. Okay, fine. Thank you.